Good morning. Welcome to my life in not exactly sunny, but still dry Central Texas. We are expecting rain soon. Where are you going? Yeah, I have been at the Texas Fleece and Fiber Festival in Kerrville for 3 days. Well, might as well be. We didn't leave until noon on Friday, and we got down there in time for the murder mystery dinner event, which I don't think my daughter-in-law realized was a thing until I said, hey, let's go do this. She spins and knits and crochets and stuff, and haven't done anything with her in ages, so I got passes for both of us for the 3-day event and the dinner. And there's people doing classes. If you happen to be in or near Kerrville, you can do some fun things and then come home to have your best friend glued to your hip for hours on end. Huh, puppy? Can't take little doggies. He's not even an emotional support animal. I'm his emotional support animal. But I left him with 2 other adults and 2 big teenagers. So, in theory, he was perfectly safe. And that's not what I heard when I got home. I heard, oh my God, Mommy, where have you been? He seems to have forgiven me. It's kind of cool this morning. We've been having some cooler mornings. But today we have cool and clouds. It is supposed to rain before the week is out. That's a bit of an event where you live where there's no rain. So I got home. It's just time to be home. I looked in the dishwasher and I couldn't tell if it had been run. I think it had been, but possibly stuff didn't get even lightly rinsed before it went in. Because I pulled a glass out and I went, what is on the inside of this glass? Yeah. So I added another glass and another plate, and shoved it back in there with more soap, and it's running now for sure. And my stuff is in the dryer. I washed it last night. Now I'm hanging out with a Chihuahua who wants me to know how traumatic the entire weekend has been. If he thinks he's had it traumatic now, I mean, he'd really have an awful time of it if he got stuck in a doggy stroller and walked around in a place that smells like wool. Raw fleeces were judged, and I don't remember any of the details of the winners. Attended a shearing demonstration. Went off in the corner where we found Mr. Wyatt before. He builds and repairs spinning wheels. I was doing well enough with a drop spindle, which is nice to know my hands remember how to do that. Something in my brain still connects, but I didn't want to touch one of his large, expensive spinning wheels. So daughter-in-law got to spin for a while, and that's just kind of soothing. And there are cultures where only women spin, and there are cultures where only men spin. And this is the U.S., do what you want. I did get some socks, alpaca. They're thinner than regular chunky wool socks would be, but I like the colors and the softness. They're very soft. And I bought some yarns for friends of mine. Buying hand-spun yarn is not something you do for someone that you just kind of know. It's something you do for someone you like. I hope I don't ruin their ability to knit with the cheaper retail yarns that are on the market. But I was asking the one friend, it's like, what kind of colors does this one like? And I shouldn't even have had to ask. The answer is, if mermaids got stoned, what would they wear? That's that child's colors. And in the case of another child, I ask, what's your favorite color? And being a preschooler and big enough that she's developing very solid opinions, I should have known. Not pink, purple. I knew I liked that kid. I'm a purple kind of person myself. The socks I bought, purple. I might even wear some today. But we're having one of these cool mornings, and I like it, and I'm out here with a chihuahua glued to my hip. Of course, I know, I've mentioned this before, he prefers me to sit on the top of the steps, because that way he can get next to me. And that's where he's at right now. Huh, buddy? You're my good boy. He slept between me and the bedroom door last night. There's me. If I had to get up for anything, he was going to go with me. But, that's a bit of fun that is done. Now, Halloween is coming up soon. And the Texas Fleece and Fiber Festival in Kerrville, Kerrvill, or Ville, I'm not sure which. It is towards the end of, it's like the third weekend of October every year. And, you know, if you're close enough to go, it's a cheap event to attend by the day. You can show up and chip in $5 and sign up for a class and have a good time. And the murder mystery brisket dinner, that wasn't brisket, that was prime rib. If you don't know the difference, you can go and maybe you'll get brisket and maybe you'll get prime rib. I don't know, but it was darn good. A lot of people were getting their slab of beef on their plate and not noticing the crock pot full of au jus. It was a very good au jus. But we had a blast, and our team won. We got the answer. We know who did the killing and who did the assisting, and it was not a real murder mystery, but it was written by a real mystery writer. So that's cool. A Texas-based mystery writer. And they had the clues and the information spread out so that everybody got some of the same basic info. And then everybody got a little bit of additional info. And then we got to see the murder scene and the police report, and it was just a lot more fun than I thought it would be, and it was better than the last such thing I went to. Probably because it was written by a real writer who has actually been involved in law enforcement work to some degree. I'm not going to give away too much, because if you're ever in a position to go to an event that has one of his murder mysteries, I want you to enjoy it and not have too much of a warning. It was just awesome. And let's see, Halloween is in this coming week. So I will be taking younger grandson, who's at school right now, out that way. But younger grandson, whose bedroom is right in there, he and I will be going to a theater presentation. I forget what my daughter said the play was, but it sounded like one I would like to go see. He went and saw a Little Shop of Horrors in the next town south of here with his mom, and then I'm gonna see something else with him, and that'll be fun. Well, puppy dog, what you doing? Have some more audience time for the puppy, or more puppy time for the audience. Yeah. I don't think somebody gave you a bath while I was away, but I can at least tell that you had one this month. We need to make sure... Whoa! Go away, wasp. We need to make sure you have another bath before the cold weather gets here. Because I know you don't like the blow dryer. Yeah, he's a dog. He don't like blow dryers. He doesn't mind the vacuum very much. Previous dog did not like the vacuum at all and would bark at it and attempt to bite it and things like that. You know, dog stuff. Does your dog, if you have one, hate or fear or ignore the vacuum? That's a good question for today. And someone's playing music so loud that I'm not liking it. I think it's time to go back in. Hey, yeah, get out and do things. You may not think that there's anything that would spark your interest at a Fleece and Fiber festival, but you could find out about breeds that are at risk of being lost. You could find out about the breeds that are common in your area. You could find out what tastes good. Although I don't think anyone was cooking any lamb today. That would be something. They have plug-ins, I know they do. Yes. I might cook some lamb next year for the next one. And just put it in little tiny portion cups and give anyone a sample that wants some. Lamb is good, healthy food. It's a ruminant, so the multiple chambered, multiple processed stomach is one of the things that prevents us from getting too much influence from the things that the animal eats. It's why beef is so non-inflammatory. I can eat beef raw and it does not hurt me. I eat some stuff and it's like, well, with chicken or with eggs, I do seem to suffer from the things the chicken ate. And sometimes I don't do as well as I should with fish and shrimp and tentacle monsters. Because calamari's yummy. I gotta do some grilled octopus sometime. That's supposed to be pretty dang yummy. And it's available. Texas is a coastal state. We get all kinds of stuff. Texas is also an immigration state. So whether you like ceviche or Polynesian fusion recipes or African recipes, we've got restaurants where you can go to eat Ethiopian style foods and Kenyan foods. Stuff's good. I have to be very careful, but that's me. I have allergies to cilantro and fennel. And down just right on the beach in Corpus Christi, there is even a little French restaurant that is not a full-blown all things French restaurant. They basically do coastal, and they have bouillabaisse, and it's like the only place I've been able to find it in Texas. I am out here without my sweater because it's in the wash, because we had cool mornings over the weekend too. So it has been getting worn, and now it's in the dryer. And I can hear the construction equipment beeping from where I'm sitting. I think somebody's little friend is not hanging around, but that's okay. Are you ready to go in, buddy? I asked that. He heads toward the door, turns around, looks back at me. Like, yeah, Mommy, aren't you? Okay. Anyway, eat some lamb or some beef or other very low inflammation foods, whatever you like. Be healthy. Do things that stimulate the brain. Do things that are good for you. I got all my steps in all weekend. I went to this thing and I walked around all the booths and I picked out some socks. And a lot of tables have something just to hand out to people. One lady had bookmarks. You've got a cord and a beaded set on each end. So the beads give you a little weight. And then you pick up one end and you bring the cord with it and you open it up just like a ribbon bookmark. And it's pretty. And then Mr. Wyatt Wheels, straight in from the entrance, is a little square of space. He's got tools and glue and stuff just for, oh, you need a quick repair, you need a serious repair, or you just don't know how to put it together. As he is pretty well set to help people. And he does do some local Renaissance fairs. He doesn't go to the big one since the prices got crazy. That's the one over by Magnolia. Which is too bad. It's well known and everybody goes there, but if they got to charge him so much that he can't make a decent amount for his work because he's got to pay so much of it into the fair, I can understand him not going. The breeze is blowing a little bit, and the sun is coming through. Ain't it a pretty morning, puppy? Now, we went to a cafe in the middle of town there in Kerrville for breakfast on Saturday. But sadly, they're not open on Sunday. We wanted some more. I'll post a picture from the menu, and it's just a little part of the menu is the sides available. You can get a small steak from the sides. I think 3 or 4 of the sides listed are meat. How carnivore friendly can a cafe get? The breakfast I ate on Saturday, I had 4 eggs over medium and 8 strips of bacon. The waitress didn't bat an eye. I think my daughter-in-law was somewhat concerned, but I ate it all. He actually went down the steps. Are you being my good boy? Find a spot and go potty. You found a weed. Pee on it and be done. Yeah, and then she was looking around for stuff that might be unique to Kerrville. And she found a little bistro restaurant thing in an old train depot. So of course the cafe or restaurant is called Rails. They also bake things like pina colada cake. I knew about it, but I did not have it. And they've got a carrot cake on steroids, which means it's also got some shredded zucchini and a few other things in there. More heft. What you doing, buddy? Are you looking for your friend? If he knew you were out here, he'd be here. But, yeah, go someplace new, try something new, eat something new, eat something different. It is good for you to do something that stimulates the mind. What you doing, puppy? You are my good boy. You know that? You still need a haircut. Your tail's gonna pick up all the grass clippings from the yard. And the fur on your ears is getting long. Yay, the fun of a Chihuahua cross. Yeah, buddy, you're getting dreadlocks. But you're cute. You're my cute boy. He's a good boy. But get your walking done, or whatever other gentle exercise you can manage. Oh, my thing for my hand arrived. I used it a bunch last night, and I used it a bit this morning. I can still feel my arthritis, but that's okay. Are you done? Come on, buddy. I'm done sitting out here. Y'all take care. Grandma loves you and wants you to be okay.